Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will play around a little bit with the new Cinema 4D R23 scene nodes. So it's really a lot of fun. It's just a tech preview, but in my opinion it works great, and you can see what comes in future. It's great. I did this here, and it was in the first hour I played with it or something else. And yeah, and of course I got many questions if I can show how to do this with the scene nodes. And yeah, I will show you this today, and we will tinker around a little more. And yeah, maybe I stuck sometimes. This could be because I played around now since some hours, and yeah, I'm a beginner in this too, quite a beginner, and so let's see what we can do with this. If you don't have 23, you can download the trial version here and go to the Maxon.net page, and on the try you will find trial versions here. And as far as I know, if you have installed it and in the program itself, you can then expand your trial to about, I think it's 42 days or something else. At least in the last releases it was like this. And yeah, so just download it and play around. It makes a lot of fun. Good, let's start and let's look. So this is the standard layout with Cinema 4D comes. And the first thing when we want to play with nodes is we go here in the layout, in the node layout, and we get this. Sometimes, or mostly, I had it open before, you don't have this window here when you start in the node layout. So just click on this Cnc Node Editor, and then you will have this here. Otherwise it would be empty here. So yeah, here you have all your things you need. I'm here on Subdivide, so let's do. And here you have all the nodes. You see it's lots of nodes already, and and there will come many more, I think. So a lot to play with. So how do we start? You can simply make a primitive. If you want, you can make it directly from the node editor. So when you go to the operators here, and we have here a primitive operator, you see now we have a cube here, but we don't see it. We know here there's a cube, we don't see it here in the viewport, and normally you have to just drag it to here, and we have our primitive here. And here we have how we got used to it, so we have everything we need here. Yeah, so you can go and make your primitives, whatever you need, but I prefer to if you want to bring in any object, so you need to have just the primitives. So let's bring an object from the object manager here inside. So I make this sphere head. You can take whatever you want. So I make a sphere here, and now I have here is the sphere in my object manager. And how do we bring our sphere into the node editor? I thought first just drag it in, but you see that does not work. Would be nice, maybe that comes, but it's not possible at the moment. What we need is the following. Is you can search here for any node what you need. So let's see, we need the legacy import, so we need this node here. But if we search here, let's say we can just put in object, and you see we have here the legacy object importer. You also can go here in the viewport, also in this node view here, and press C on the keyboard. You get the same. Give it here such just object. You see, legacy importer. Or I do it mostly like this. So let's see. I just double click here somewhere in the view, in the node view, double click, and then I got this. So let's bring in the legacy object importer. So nice. You see now here we have a slot for our object, and here simply we drag in our sphere. Okay, and now we have to update our parameter ports. Just click on it and you see we have all the ports we need for our, so you can hide the sphere now, and we can hide the sphere now. And now you think, okay, let's put in the geometry here in the scene, but you see, oops, that does not work like this. What we need is a generator, no, an operator. The operator is mostly, that is the last thing on the right side you have. So, and we need here the geometry operator that makes a geometry so that we can see it. So drag in geometry here and output to the scene. Now you see, okay, we have our sphere here. And we have still now everything we need. Good. Nice, we have our sphere. It's a little, with a 1080p screen, it's a little hard to play with the nodes, but I know I usually work on 4K, so. But let me know in the comments. I asked it sometimes, but nobody answers me really. So if it's okay if I record my tutorials in 4K, because it would be much easier for me, because I have more space, and I think it's better for you as well, so you can see much more. But just let me know. Okay, now what do I want here? I want to subdivide this sphere. Good. Okay. Double click in here, so, and subdivide, and we have subdivide here, and I simply drag the subdivide on the wire here in between, and you see we have a subdivided. It's like the subdivision surface, and here you can make the so. And if you want it smooth, you click on smooth, so we get it smoother. This is what I want. You have 3 different kinds of types. So the loop, it makes triangles everywhere. So it makes what I have seen, it makes the mesh, the topology you had before, and just repeats it, loops it, and the opposite, whatever you want. Good, nice. And the good thing what we have now is, what's a great thing, we can work with selections on the subdivision, so we can say where the object should be subdivided. There is now in the plugins here from Maxon another thing. This is from the parametric tools. This is from Maxon Labs. So if you go to on the site labs.maxon.net, you can download this. If you, but it's already in. Is it already in? No, I don't think this is not already in. So you should download it. And here we have this subdivide generator and modifier. If you use the subdivide modifier, you can do the same. You can play with selections and everything. So I want to show you this. Why not? Let's make a new file. New project, go to the standard thing here. Let's make a sphere. I think it's better if we see it. So. And if I now do the extensions, I use the modifier because the modifier has the opportunity to bring in a selection, so a selection tag. So I shift click on it, so it becomes a child, and you see we have a polygon selection here. This you don't have it with the generator, but to make a selection tag we need, of course, we have to convert this thing. So otherwise we wouldn't have polygons or points or edges or something else. So hit C, and now I go to here and set selection. So selection, set selection. And we have the selection tag here. And now in the selection tag we can use fields. So let's say use fields. And let's hide this for the moment. And in the fields, I don't need the freeze here. Let's say I bring in a random, or you can bring a random field or a noise field or whatever you want. Let's bring a random field in, and now I drag the tag into my modifier, and you see it randomly subdivided it. So if I play now with the random field and play with the seed, you can see we always get something else. We can now go to the make it 2, looks better. And this is a great thing. I really waited long for something like this. And you see we can work with this. So okay, close this one. Come back to this one, notes. Good. And here now, let's play with noise or random. It doesn't matter. So let's make a random thing. So I double click here, selection, and you see we have here lots of selections. Could take, in this case, it would be a noise selection or a random selection would be the best, or is the best. So yeah, take a random selection. And now I bring, it needs a geometry, so I bring in this sphere into this, and the selection, do the selection. You see, okay. This shading problems, you don't see it in the render later, so you can play it with the seed and something else, so maybe this gets better, so you don't see it as much. So. Okay, but here I had a nice spot. Let's see. This, I think this I like this. Oops. Okay. And now I want to make another. I want to make a subdivide, another random selection and subdivision on top of all. So what I do is I drag this to the side. Make another subdivision. I could. You can just simply drag this out, control drag it, makes a copy of it, but then I have to wire it new, so my thing is subdivision, and now I can drag it between here, so check, okay. See, we have now another subdivision on top of this, make it smooth again, and but I want another random selection here, so go to control drag it to the side, and here I want of course another seed, bring in the geometry, selection, and now we get something weird like this. And let's play with the seed until we have a nice spot we like. Yeah, that looks not bad here. Maybe more in the front. Let's see. Let's play with the other one as well. Okay. Now you can imagine why I played this much around. It's so fun. Let's make here maybe chance. Yeah, the chance is how. Yeah, it says everything here. It is for 100%, so there is no randomness, and so more and more randomness and more polygons will be affected. So here, maybe a little more. Yeah, that looks nice here. Let's go to this one again and see what could we do here. Yeah, slowly it does what I want. Yeah, you see, just play it, and you will find your sweet spot. So it doesn't matter because I can rotate my sphere whenever I want. So I don't know if I can rotate it from here. I'm not sure now. No, because this is not anymore. Ah, that's a good question. How can I rotate this sphere inside here? The parameters, radius, segment, fixed array. I did not need it. But it's not the way we would do it. That doesn't matter. This is something for the next one time. Good. Let's see. I like this spot here. So, okay. And now, the next step. We want to make something like an inner extrude on these polygons here. And here we have a big advantage to the we have here an inset. That means inset and drag it in between here. It makes big because we are around 100 centimeter here, but here I go to proportional. That means everywhere, and it doesn't matter how big this thing that the polygon is, you get proportional insets, let's say. And this you don't have with the inner extrude. With inner extrude you just can say 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, whatever, but you have not this proportional, and this is great. So the next step, we want to delete the polygons, that inset polygons. How do we do this? For this we need, first of course we need a delete node. Delete and bring it here inside. So, but now the Cinema does not know what do you want to delete. So you say delete, but so we need a selection range here. Selection range, and this we take from the geometry from here, and we delete the array here, and you see, whoop, that's it. And the thing here is, it's everything, it's totally parametric. You can change everything at the end. It doesn't matter what we do, we can change every little thing on every little bit on the end. So that's great, it's just great. Good. Next step, we wanna extrude this. So let's extrude this a little out. So that extrude is easy. We make a new node. You guessed it, extrude, bring it inside here. So, okay, looks a little weird again. Maybe you like it like this, but it looks more like a more extrude. But I don't want it as big, as high, as 3. And you see, this is not really what I want. When I go to 0 here, I want that this is one part and not 2 different polygons. What will be extruded? You see, it extrudes 2 different polygons. For this, we have to go a little down here, and here we have use islands, and we tick this, and now we have what we want. Now they are connected, and I want to create caps, of course, so that we have inside the caps. Yeah, and I usually go here to 90. 91 doesn't, in this case it doesn't matter. Good. Now we have this. The next step. Yeah. Now we want to round this a little up here. So let's make a subdivision. Subdivision. And you see, we have now a subdivision. I could now smooth this, and we have a nice thing. Let's go iterations 1, 2, 3, and NA here. So You see, we already have this nice crazy thing here. This is what I did on Facebook. So, but yeah, you see, but here I have more harder edges and everything. So this is I don't want to smooth it here. Let's bring back the lines. I want here's just one subdivision and then make another subdivision. Drag it in. And I want to smooth out this subdivision. Now this is what I want. Let's bring in 3. This needs of course a little bit, and this is with the harder edges on the side. This is exactly what I want. Now you can say if I want here, I don't want subdivisions here, so you get it smoother. So you get the first result. I want one subdivision here. You get it harder. Let's go here to 2, so it works a little faster. And or I want it really, so go to here to 2, or even 3. You see, it looks great. And here you could make it, and you get it harder and harder, but it looks simply great. So we have this now. This is what we did, what I did, and what I shown on Facebook. So you see, this is just a few nodes. Yeah, it looks maybe a little complicated, but it isn't at all. So, but what I want is now, I want to fill the insides a little bit so that we have more varieties. So how can we do this? Good. I delete first. I delete. What do I delete? I think I delete the subdivisions because I want to make the subdivisions at the end, and want to use the subdivisions together. If this makes sense. It doesn't matter for now. I copy everything for now. So not everything. I go until my geometry up. So I take this and just control drag it down. Okay. And bring this one. Oops. I want this wire in here, so this should. Why does not? Let's see. Oh, I need another geometry up, of course. Yeah. So now it works. It should work. Here on geometry and not on obviously. It's very small, yes, I know, but as I said, I'm on the 1080p. It's a little hard. So this should show something normally. Yeah, we have to connect it with our sphere, of course, to have the same connected to the geometry and connected to the geometry here. So now we have the same way above, like above, not how. But now I don't want the inset. I want the inset, but I don't want to delete it. So I go to the inset here and delete the delete. Okay. Come on. Double click a wire and it will disappear. So, and now I want to extrude the insert, and I don't want to delete it. I want to extrude it. So I will delete the delete node. I want to extrude it. And I want to extrude this selection. So we have the opposite now, which is exactly what I want. But now it Of course, it goes in the same direction like the first one. Yeah, if you want it, this is okay. Yeah, let's blend in both. But you see, we have no chance to drag in both of them. That's not possible. So what we need is a child operator, child, and bring in child 1, child 2, and bring both in the scene. So that could take a little while, but we have it here now. See, we have this. It already looks great, but I want something like steps at the end. So let's go with this extrude a little less. So let's say to 1 for now. And let's go with this whole subdivides to this is not possible, so I got to hit to 0 just for now to have a quicker response here. So, and I want to go with the second extrude with these guys here in the minus direction, so say -1. Okay, nice. But let's see how this looks. But I want to have something more. What we could try is now the playing starts, the tinkering starts. First, I want to see my things here. I want to inset this more here. So let's go and insert this more. Yeah, this is what I want. And if I extrude this now, why do I? Yeah, I have caps on, I think. Yeah. No, yeah, now this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. So let's go to something like this. Make this extrude a little higher, maybe. So, and we have this nice step effect. And when we round this whole thing up, it should look normally quite nice. So we have here a mess. We see it. So what can we do to make this a little nicer? Let's see. We can group nodes. So, and this was the reason I said I thought we will delete the subdivisions here and we'll try to make it afterwards or bring it out here. No, bring everything in one. So I put everything in a group until the geometric operator, and of course this. So everything in between, I group it. Right click, group nodes. Now we have just one node here. That's great. Bring this together a little bit, and so we can see that looks much nicer. But now I want to be able to make some settings from here, from this operator group, but you see we have nothing here. So how do we do this? I will show you. What do we want to change? Let's open the group. We want to change maybe the inset, the extrude, the smoothness, everything, almost everything. So what do I need? So let's say the inset 1 and inset 2. We could make groups here as well. I don't know if it's easier. Maybe it's easier. Group them together. I just try it. I group this together as well. Group nodes. Walk. Group nodes. Chuck. I think it's easier, I think. And now I open the first node here, and I want to change here. We want to change the, we will see it's everything parametric, but we can change the seeds. Let's say we want to change the seed and the chains here in this group and in the other group as well. So good. How do I see the seed and chains? You see we don't have it here. Right click, input, we have it here. Seed and chains. Now I propagate this. So you just drag it out somewhere and let it and leave it and propagate board. Here I have seed. Propagate board, here I have chains. This is from seed 1, seed 2. So let's name this random seed 1 and chains 1. This is from the group 1. Let's name it like this. Random chains. Random chains 1. No, it gets this. Then we want the same from here. This is a little tricky, but at the end then, it's not tricky, it just needs a little time. But at the end you are happy if you have it. So you can change everything from outside. This is the seed R&D seed 2 and the chains. Whoop, propagate R&D chains 2. Okay, nice. And what I do is, you see now, when I go to the first group, I have here everything to change. That's the reason. And then we do this with the second group, and then we try to connect both and everything so that we have all settings, one setting for both groups and everything. So let's try this. This I did not do before, so there it could be a little tricky for me. So we want to change the inset. We want to change the inset proportional thing here. A variation, I don't need the variation. So the subdivisions I don't need. I need just the inset, nothing else. So I go to my inset, input board, inset. Here there are two insets, but we need the second one. This I know, and I propagate this board. Next thing, extrude. We want to change the height or not? I don't know. Maybe we want the offset. Subdivision we don't need for now. You can put in everything you want, but I think we can be happy with this. So the offset here, extrude offset, and I think we should name everything proper so that we know what we do here. So propagate. This is the extrude offset. I name it edges because these are the edges, and the other things I will say it's faces or something else. Or 1 and 2 is okay as well. So 1. And here the smoothness. So here we have different things. We have, how do we do this? And the easy thing is, in the second group we have everything is the same. So I want everywhere the same values. So good. This subdivision is about to give us the roundness. So when we have 0 here, everything will be rounded very much. If we have 3 here, you get harder edges, so tighter edges. So this is the subdivide one. So we need here no smoothness. And let's go. We need just the subdivisions. Subdivisions. Okay. Propagate. these subdivisions. So how do we name this? This is subdivisions 1 and 2. One is 2 is the smoothness. And now here we need subdivisions. Subdivisions 2. We get quite a lot of things here. And here I wanna be able to no, not here. I think here I want to be able to say if I want it smooth or not. But we don't need the smooth, we need the smoothness just here. Because when we put here just in the subdivisions just 0, we get a very smooth thing. Yeah, I think this is okay. You can also propagate the smoothness kind of channel with a bool with to tick on and off. So just try it. Maybe we do it a little later. Now we have enough here. So group operate. So we have here a lot to do. Things. You see, we can change here everything. But the same I want to do now here. So we have to do this again. We have to make this subdivisions. We need first the randomness here. Chance and seed. Maybe it would be better. Let me go back. If we simply copy this whole group and change the things we need, so we don't have to. No, I don't think that makes the propagation. Let's try it. Ungroup this and copy this whole. Okay, copy this whole group here. Okay, this works. Geometry. Delete this. I can go. You know what? I save it here. I just save it on a temp folder. So this is Scene Node. Good. So now I go into this. Delete this group for now. Go into this one. First I wanna take this to here. So this is 2 identical groups. But here I change now. I don't want to delete. Bye bye. I want to extrude this guys here. Just this selection. I want to extrude this. No, yeah, that's here. The offset should go into minus and inset. So let's. This should be everything we have to change here. I think this is everything we have to change. But now, when I go to here, and this is the second one, so this is this should be the faces. When I go to extrude offset and go here into minus, yeah, and it's the inset. Inset a little bigger. That works so far. And here, yeah, on the second one, we have to, in the extrude, we have to disable the caps. Then we get this. Yeah, it is much faster. Ha! That's nice. That's it so far. But I want to make this now. So we have everything here, what we need, I think. So when I select both of them. You see, we could, let's say, go to here to 2. But this is not what I want. I miss here something. I miss here iterations in the subdivision, the second one. Smooth. Yeah, we don't need subdivision here. Here we need iteration, not subdivision. Remove this part, and instead of the subdivisions we need iterations, because we are smoothing here. I hope this is not too confusing everything. So propagate iterations. Now I go up, go in this one and do the same here. The second one, we need the iterations, not the subdivisions. Iterations, propagate. Okay. Now we should be able, let's see. So we have still subdivisions here, we should have iterations as well here now. Oopsie. I don't see iteration here. Subdivisions, yes, but no iterations. Ah, here we have the iteration. Here we have the iteration, but when I take both, I don't have iteration. That's a little weird, I would say. Let's try it. So now I want to connect everything. You see, we are not on the top node here. We are inside the group. Let's bring in, propagate this R23 seed, R23 seed together. So we can rename it later, because it's not anymore R23. It's just, it is, of course it is. So okay, now seed 2, propagate seed 2, bring it on the right port, chance to inset, yeah, they're both inside, extrude offset 1. This with extrude offset, we don't need extrude offset 1, so name it extrude offset, and subdivisions 1, we can name it then subdivisions, and the other is iteration, so we know that its iterations is smooth. Subdivisions and iterations. Oops. Let's see if we can bring them together here. And that looks good. And go up. Now we have here a group operator with all our things, and we are on the top level. That's more than great. So if I go here now and say I want 3 iterations here, chuck. Oh, is this great? I want it a little harder, maybe. So I can go here to the subdivisions and say go to subdivisions. It should get a harder result. Needs a little to calculate, of course. There's a lot to calculate. That's great. That's really great. But I liked it smooth. Maybe 1 here. we could make this smooth as well. I want to see how this looks if I make this both smooth. So I make this one smooth, the first one of this, just to test it. And now 3 iterations is too much. Here it's more than enough. Now it calculates. Now we have to wait a little bit. No, come on, this is a lot to think down, a lot to do. You know what, I will pause the recording and I'm back when we get this result. I do nothing else, I'm just waiting for the result here. So see you in a second. Okay, I'm back. You see it, the outside is now smoothed. So you get round and hard corners and everything. So we get every, maybe we should and set it to 0. And no smooth, because I am thinking about to propagate the smoothing board as well, but this would only be from interest for this here. Here's the smoothing is okay, that we have it. For this one, why not, is my question. Where we are now, okay, we are group 1. Let's propagate this. We are here to learn, so let's try this. I will bring in a smooth board. Smooth. And propagate it, of course. And now when I have a smooth, of course I need iterations as well. So I need another input with iterations. Okay. But in these iterations we have to rename it somehow. This is this guy here. Iteration, poof. Oh, I name it roundness. Yeah, roundness. Okay. Now we should be able, here, we have our smooth. But this is all operator group, so we have to make this later. So, and the same I need here. And go to this one here. I'll do the smooth here. And an iterator. No, come on. Okay. Iterations. What we name roundness. Come on. Roundness. And go up. So, smooth. This is just the bull. Now it's getting a little slow, everything, but and roundness. Maybe it has to. I think it calculates the whole time this thing. So maybe I should have bring this before to everything to 0. And then it would be much faster, of course. Roundness. Roundness. Okay. Now we go up. And now I'm really excited. So we have now smooth and roundness. That means when I activate the smooth, what are these iterations here? What are these iterations? Where do we have iteration as again? The subdivide here? No. Ah, this iteration here, of course, yeah. These are the iterations of this one. Okay, now we know that this is okay. So this is the iterations, and smooth, if we start with the smooth, these subdivisions should be grayed out and the roundness should come in. Yeah, perfect. Let's go with the iterations here to... That's perfect. Everything works here. That's great. But you see, now it calculates again, because with iterations everything is too high. This should be, when we do a final render, then zack, we bring everything up. But when we test everything, so we don't need such high numbers. Okay, I make another break here, so until this is done. Okay, and I say, as you see, I have now at 0 iterations. And let's go to here to roundness 1. What will give us this? Yeah. 2. That looks nice. Nice, nice. And I don't want such a thing, so we'll go to the extrude offset. So, but we have 2 extrudes. I think we forgot 1 extrude. I put all together when I play with some. Let's go back to 0 here. When I play with the extrude offset, this is at 0. Why is this at 0? This is this. This is this. We have 2 extrudes, so this is... Ah, this is... We have 2 extrudes, so we have to see. We put both together, but we have 1 extrude for this group. So extrude group 1 and extrude group 2 we need. So this one should be not wired. Extrude offset 1. This is it. These are the edges, and this is then extrude offset 2. We need an own port. Extrude offset 2. So now it's getting a little... It is extrude offset 1, extrude offset 2, and so that means here we go. Plus 2 are the faces. Yeah, now it works. You see, these are the faces, and these are the edges. I love it. I really love it. But what the inset, this should be, yeah, the inset is okay. So, oops, this is inset. Here we need, I think we need 2 insets as well. So we have here 1 inset. Name this inset 1. And we need this here. This is an own inset. We name it inset 2 for the face. So let's see if we can change here the order. So this does nothing. Because maybe. Why is this orange? I want to change the order, and if something is orange, I think I cannot change it. Let's see why this is like this. Now, okay. Offset 1 and 2. No, I cannot move this. Maybe this will come later, but I thought it is possible. No moving. That's a little pity, but for now it's okay. But so the insert one, now you see it works again. The insert one is the outer inset. The inset 2 is the inner inset. It works so great. That's perfectly great. And that's not all. We can play with the random seed. So this is totally check, random seed, check, chance, works. Everything works. Now let's smooth this out a little bit. Also, round this too. Maybe iteration 1. Okay, this iteration needs to get a little time, but this should go now a little faster. Okay, and we have a wonderful thing here. Okay, now the next thing, how do we shade it? So how do we give this materials? What I wanna do is here a sharper edge. What could this be? This is, I know what this could be. This is the second extrude here. If we go here to subdivisions, let's say 2, this should be sharper then. Let's wait a little bit. So if this is like what I think, so we should maybe just bring out this. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I meant. So let's bring out this as well, the subdivisions for the faces here, and name it inner sharpness or something else. So bring it to here. So input, we need the subdivisions, propagate it, and name it inner, inner, don't know how we can subdivisions, hardness inside. Okay, it's not really. So first let's go to here and the first one, and let's bring the smoothness and everything down so we can work a little faster. Okay, then I go back here. So we have, this was in the second one, hardness inside, propagate it. Yeah, now it works much faster. and that should it be. We should now here have a hardness inside as well. Save this. That's so great. Okay, so that means let's make here. What's when it just put in one iteration here? That we get this. Then we want to. This is. If we don't want to smooth it, so let's bring this in. So we say the roundness is off. Okay, everything works here. Bring the roundness here to maybe 2. Let's see, that should be okay. 2 is not so much, come on. Don't be shy. Yeah, okay, nice. And here we have the hardness inside, we can make it a little smoother. That's just great. That's, I love it. That would be impossible without. Yeah, exactly, it works. But I liked the 2, so. And wait again, and then I show you. So we have the smoothness and iterations 1 and 2, so that we can bring this back to 0 here. Just to play with the materials. Zero, zero, okay. How we bring materials on this? This is yeah, this is not really. Let's see if it works here, or if we have to put it in one group down, but maybe it works here. So we need material. You cannot take here a material and put it somewhere here or something else. At the end we do our materials in the material manager. That's the question, and it works with Redshift as well, but not Octane, because Octane, not even the Octane plugin works in R23 now, and it's really annoying. So you pay a lot of money for this render, and everyone is ready. You see X particles, everyone, the guys are ready, and auto, you hear nothing. But okay, that's another story. Good. Yeah, material operator. Let's see if I can bring this here in the middle. So for the first group, and 1 for the second group. So let's make 2 different materials. So this is the material manager. It's quite small at the moment because we have no space. So first material, just double click in here to get the material. My default material looks like this. Yours may look different. But so let's make here a simple, let's say for blue and yellow, maybe so bluish, a little more dragoon. Okay, and bring this here. Go to material operator, material. In this case it would be, it doesn't matter which thing, but go to UV, material, and we have our blue material on this. Copy this material, double click it, make it a yellow one or something else, and you will be surprised if we put this in here. We have this one. Now we could simply go to our standard view. So I save this. So the second one here, let's bring it to UV mapping as well. Let's go to our standard view, and you see we have everything in here. But if you want to change something, you have to go in the Node Editor. But in this case, now we can open the Node Editor. You will find it here, or Shift C, Node Editor, Node space Editor. No, here is a Scene Node Editor. Double click it. We can make this quite small, because what the only thing what we need is this group operator to play with it. See, just that would be nice if you can bring this somewhere out in the viewport. I'll try it. Control, drag it out in the viewport. No, that does not work. That would be great to just click on here and have everything. But wait. If I just click it once here and lock the window, I can close it. Now it doesn't matter where I do. So I have my whole settings for this here, and the materials I can change here. So let's go here. So let's round this too. I love it. That's so weird. Yeah, and we are done. Oh, here I see something missing. Why is this? I'm not sure, but let's see. Shift C, Node Editor. I am not sure, but I have an thing. So we have to go in the Node Editor here. This group editor. And now I have to bring this. Come on, where is? I should see this. So, no. That's it. It's at points. It should be at polygons. Let's wait a little bit. Yeah, now it is. You see. Okay. Let's see if we have here the same problem. Well, it's not really a problem. It's just a thing. Polygons. Then it's correct. So, okay. Again, go up to the first node, check. Or bring this out here, so I can lock this and can work with the other ones. And we are ready. We are done. That's so great. Of course, we could go further. I could make now a selection of these insides here with inset and selection. How we did it with how we did delete the thing, and just make a selection here. And with this selection, I could take it a third material and bring it on here. But I think we have a nice thing here. So really great. Okay, now what if someone doesn't have R23 and you want to give him this thing here? You can export this as a Alembic file. So this is the only way I see here. The problem will be that we don't have the let's try it if we can how we can shade this later with an Alembic file. So let's see. Okay, this is nice. We are happy. We are and yeah, it is great. And export it as so normally we could delete this sphere here. Nobody needs it. Save it. But I want it so that we know with what we started. It looks a little weird if we have something inside and nothing in the object manager. So let's bring this out. So file, export, Alembic. Yeah, start frame, end frame. We don't have an animation. That's okay. Yeah, export it as Scene Node ABC. Okay, save it. Okay, export and recent files, Scene Node ABC. Open it. Frame rates, yeah, that doesn't matter. Everything is okay here, and you see we get, but it looks not correct here. That looks not correct. That looks correct. Let's see what we have. We have meshes, hierarchy, meshes. We could, can we now simply bring this on the meshes? Where is it? Here in an R. That works. So we need just these two guys here, and the rest we can delete. Make a copy of this, check, hello. And it works. So that's great. So we have the two meshes, and we don't have to care about the materials and everything. So that's nice. That's great. And let's see how the mesh looks like. So NB, and it looks quite nice. But we can, if we want this smoother, we can now, and we should be able to. Let's bring it out of the nulls here. So and I want it different. I want this to here and this to here. So, and bring this in a null, Alt G, and now bring it in the subdivision surface. Will take a while, but NA. Now we have a very smooth thing here. Everything works fine here. Great. Okay. I would say that wraps it up for the moment. I will of course play again and again and again and longer with this. And if I have some interesting news or something else, I will be of course here and tell you everything. The next normal tutorial will come soon. At the moment I am really in R23 and I want to take everything. I'm not so into animation, but so character rigging and character animation. But there is so much new and so great things and the UV mapping and everything. I want to show you everything. So I have to learn it myself a little bit. And as soon as I think, okay, this could be from interest for you, I will show it, of course. And as I said, the normal tutorials will continue, no question about it. But at the moment, of course, that's new. We will look at this. So I hope you like this one. And yeah, and see you soon, hopefully. Don't miss the whole 3D motion show and everything from Maxon. They have new things all the time, and they are great presenter and everything. So don't miss this. This is yeah, I just can recommend it. Good. So have a wonderful day. Have a nice, what day we have? It's Saturday. Have a nice Saturday. So have a nice weekend. And yeah, see you soon. Best regards, best wishes here from Vienna, Austria. Tschüss und Baba.